The Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, provides military intelligence to warfighters and DoD policymakers. And they're creating a new office to combine oversight, transparency, and compliance efforts. Brent Evitt is director of the Office of Oversight and Compliance at the Defense Intelligence Agency. Brent, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Mimi.
So the office is going to start on October 1st. What are you hoping to accomplish in this office?
So what we're trying to do here is combine our upstream and downstream processes for oversight, compliance, and transparency. What I mean by that, we're going to keep, of course, our robust intelligence oversight program that protects the privacy, civil liberties of American citizens, and we're going to bring into that our records management, FOIA, and declassification programs. And the goal is to have all of these elements under one roof because, believe it or not, they're very closely related, and so efficiencies gained in one are shared by all. So we think we can become more efficient on the downstream processes that people don't tend to think about. That's FOIA, general transparency, records management, and declassification.
Well, as you just mentioned, part of your mission is transparency. How does transparency and intelligence even go together?
Yeah, you wouldn't think that it does, but it really does, actually. You know, because we're an intelligence agency and we have a foreign intelligence and counterintelligence mission, we end up classifying a whole lot of information for the purpose of protecting the American public. So equal to that is our responsibility to share what we can with the American public. So we classify to protect the American public, we declassify to protect the American public. Every FOIA response is an effort to protect the American public. And so that combined with our intelligence oversight mission, I think it's going to, well, my goal obviously is to make us the best at this in the intelligence community. I think we can be a very transparent intelligence agency. Obviously that's going to look a little different than it would in an agency that doesn't deal with a lot of classified information, but I still think there are a lot of gains to be made.
So you say you're building a declassification center in the office. You know, why do you need to declassify information to protect the public? And I would think that, you know, intelligence people don't like to declassify things.
They don't. It's often an afterthought, though, because we are very aggressively pursuing that foreign intelligence, counterintelligence mission that's upstream at the beginning of the life cycle of a record. When we get downstream, we tend to not pay as much attention to declassification, but we have to consider the record systems that we have in the institutional memory of the agency, and part of that is what I like to say, describe as cleaning out the refrigerator. We have to say, this information we have, we cannot keep it forever. We have to figure out a time and a place to declassify it, to destroy it under the NARA destruction schedules. That keeps us focused on the information that we need to do our job every day.
So Brent, when it comes to oversight then, can intelligence agencies really police themselves?
So we have a lot of oversight, of course. We report to the Secretary of Defense, we report to the Director of National Intelligence, to the President, to Congress, and to the public. I believe that we can self-regulate, but obviously we have a lot of overseers and we have to prove every day that we can self-regulate. Intelligence officers come into this business because they want to serve the American public. They feel very strongly about protecting the privacy and civil liberties of all Americans because they are Americans. And I think we do that very effectively. We will, in the creation of this new office, be trying, of course, to do it even one better.
So how will you measure success? How will you know that you're on the right track and that you're doing what you need to be doing?
So right now, unfortunately, we have backlogs in some of these, with some of these missions, with our FOIA backlog, with our declassification backlog. That is a first good way to measure success. I think like an athlete preparing for a race, there are a lot of things that we can do that will shave time off of our process. You know, nothing about transparency is easy, especially for the intelligence community, so I'm not expecting that there are any magic fixes. But we're going to look at the whole process. We're going to try to make it more efficient. Success is going to be reduced backlogs, more information being put into our transparency portal for the public to digest, And ultimately, that builds public trust and helps Americans every day have faith that we're doing what we're supposed to do.
Brent, do you think other agencies within the government should have an office like this?
I think many do have offices very similar to this. We're trying something a little new here, like I said, bringing the upstream considerations of intelligence oversight, privacy, and civil liberties together with the downstream considerations like declassification, FOIA, transparency, etc. It's an experiment. I think it's an experiment that's going to work, and I think down the road other agencies will look at this and wonder if it could be successful for them too.
Well, you've got about a month to get things up and running, and we wish you all the best. Thank you, Brent.
All right. Thank you very much, Mimi.